Hello guys, 2007 Hyundai Santa Fe, and the fuel gauge does not work in this car, so we will be replacing two fuel sensors, two floats. So first of all, what you need to do, you need to remove the fuel pump relay. So it sits over here. Get it out, start the car until it runs out of fuel. Then there should be no fuel in the system, so less leaks, less pressure in the system, easy to work. Okay, so there are other videos on YouTube how you do this, but I haven't found any with 3 row of seats. So basically, instead of cargo area, you have another pair of seats on the back. So with the other style, you would remove the seats to get to the bolts, so you can remove the seats, the middle row of the seats. Here it's slightly different. So basically we have access to those two on the left hand side, and I will show you on the right hand side. So this seat on the right hand side, you can just lower it down, and actually there is a handle, so if you pull it, you get the seat lifted. So that makes job a bit easier. So then you have two options: either remove those bolts, but you already have access to your fuel pump and to your sensors. So I guess we will leave this seat as it is, but we will remove the other one. So I guess to begin the job, we can push this seat belt through, so it's not holding the seat. Same with the other one, and then there is one plastic cover and the other one, so we'll remove the covers and get the bolts off. Okay, so this cover, as you can see, there are two clips like L shape, so all you need to do, just grab with the screwdriver and pry it out one side and it will pop. The other one I can assume is the same. So the other one is the same, two clips on both sides. Pull it on one side, it will come off. Okay, so now we just behind the passenger seat, so we need to remove those two covers and find the other set of bolts. And same approach in terms of removing. You just take one side, pry it out, get it out. So those are 14 mil and small 3/8 ratchet does the job. Actually 1/4 inch. So now we do the bolts on the back. Save the bolts. And we should be good to remove the seat. So to get the seat out, you might probably need to put it in a folded position and then slide it out, maybe even through the back. Alright, so you don't even need to get it out all the way, you can just leave it in the trunk. So now we have access to the second pump. So now we can start pulling this apart. Okay, so at this point we want to disconnect the battery, since we will be working with wiring and fuel. So last thing you need is some sparks, and we will get this cover up. Gently There's upholstery on the way. And we will do the same on the other side. So on this side we'll do the same. We'll pry that cover off. Now when it popped, just go all the way around. So now we can push this out, actually push it in, so we have more room, and we will go ahead and disconnect this wire from the sanding unit. And there's lots of junk in here, so I might need a... oh, it came off. I might need to use the air compressor to get this cleaned. So we'll put it aside and we will disconnect on the other side. Push this in same way. There's one plug like this, and another over here. This one you just pry it out, this one you push in. Get it out of the way. This removed, and ideally I would like to get this pulled all the way through. So there is a plastic clip, so I'll just pry it out and get that wire out. I'll show you in 1 second, because the other one is on the other side. Let's get a proper tool, so this should do the job. Now this wire should just slide. So basically you have clips like this, so you need to pry them out. Okay, so we just need to pull this off the way. But I think it's good enough at this point. So as you can see, there's lots and lots of junk, stones, gravel, dust. So I will get that cleaned with the vacuum and air compressor. Alright, so now when the area is clean, what we will do, we'll remove the fuel line. So to remove this orange connector, as you can see, there's a blue tab that you need to push in. I'm not sure if you see that. So blue tab you push in, and exactly the same on the other side. So we need to push in the tabs and then pull out the pipe. So you can either use a special tool to do this, or you can just use simultaneously use a screwdriver and the pick, or 2 screwdrivers, whatever works better. And there's still some fuel coming out. So grab a rag or a paper towel. I didn't expect that, considering that we disconnected the fuel pump and ran the car out of fuel. Still a bit more. Right, so now what you want to do, grab a clean towel, wrap this into a towel, and push it aside so it's out of the way and we don't get any dirt inside. So to remove this one, with some paper towel beforehand, you just need to push this tab on top and pull it out. Right, so this one didn't have much fuel in it, so we'll do the same. We'll wrap it in a paper towel, push it aside. Want to stay outside. Anyway, so now we can do a little bit more cleaning. Make sure that everything is nice and dry. Next we will need to remove this metal ring. And for that, some people say that you can just use a screwdriver and rotate it with the screwdriver and the hammer. I actually had bought a specialty tool for this, so I'll show you in 1 second. Alright, so now we're ready to pull this ring out. So we're using this tool. It's not expensive. I think it was around $30 on Amazon. So we will just slide it on the outside of the ring all the way in. There's a ratchet, half-inch ratchet, and we're going counterclockwise. It's not moving, so I cannot imagine how you will get it with the screwdriver. It's tight. So to tell you the truth, I have no idea how the screwdriver would do this. It was tons of leverage to get this off. So we get this ring first. So here we have a bucket to put the sanding unit. So I'll start pulling out the sanding unit, and it is full of fuel, so we need to make sure that we will let the fuel drain. You need to pull it kind of sideways to get it out. So let this drain. So now there's another connector, and you just push in and pull out. So we get this out, and it's probably a good idea not to drop it, but that's what I did. So we'll fish it out. So we'll put this in a bucket, and we'll get it on a bench. Alright, so here's our sanding unit, and first what we'll do, we'll just get that dirt cleaned off to make sure that nothing gets inside the tank. Okay, quick note, so when you pull the sanding unit out, make sure that you cover that hole, not just the tank, like the dirt can get into the tank, but also I just saw a mouse. So it seems like between the tank and the floor there is a nest, so mice are wandering around, so you don't want one to fall inside. So cover that hole, make sure that first the vapors do not get out and nothing gets in. Alright, so here's the repair kit. So it came with the 2 sensors and 2 seals that go under the sanding unit. Sensors are 2 different, so this one is kind of shaped, so you make sure that you use the same one. Also make sure you know how you route the wires, and I actually used that marker just to show how the wires go. And they go here, they go under this round piece, they go around those wires, and all the way to the plug. So we will start with unplugging the sensor over here. Actually might need to use a screwdriver. Okay, so it's been a bit tight, but that's just one plug, so you wiggle it out. Now you probably just see how many times it is wrapped around the other wires. So maybe 1, 2, so then we come out to here. From here, now to remove the sensor itself, we press this tab in, and slide the sensor out. So we will grab the new one, slide it in, make sure this tab locks. So now we get this wires tight and out of the way of this arm over here. Down there. So now we wrap it 2 times. 1 and 2. And now we plug it back. Right, one final check. When this moves, nothing is catching it, so this should be good to go. So now when we place it back, we will use a new seal and make sure that the surface on the tank is clean where the seals goes. Mine was not at all, so I used a vacuum and paper towel going all the way around, make sure that if something is getting loose, the vacuum catches right away. So we'll put the seal back and we will install the unit back into the tank. Alright, so we're back in the vehicle, so I'll remove my cover. So first thing, we want to get that fuel line that I dropped. Here it is. Get it connected till it clicks. And now gently put this back in, make sure that the flow goes first, and then the rest. And of course I forgot the seal, so we are setting new seal, and make sure that the surface where the seal sets is nice and clean. I had to clean mine. So we put the new seal, now slowly lower the unit. So this unit is spring loaded, like there are those springs. So gently pull it down and it will want to go up. So put back the ring, get it started, so the unit does not go up anymore. Now it's time for the tool to do the job. Placed. And now just use the ratchet. But this time it's not requiring that much pressure to get locked. So I think it needs to go a bit more. Maybe not. It's not all the way in where I would like it to be. Yeah, I checked on the other side. Those tonics, they have to go all the way into the groove, so I will give it back a bit and then maybe try one more time. Still tight, and I have no idea how people do it with a screwdriver, so I will use a piece of pipe as an extension for the ratchet to get it all the way in. Still doesn't want to go. Right. Just snapped. Need to get this tool out somehow. Let me deal with that. Okay guys, so it's been a few minutes since I was trying to push this. So nobody really shows how to get to this point, but you want to make sure that your ring is locked all the way. So I probably have at least 2, probably 3 feet of leverage here, and I was pushing all the way, so the vehicle was moving, and it takes tons of torque to get to that final click. I'll try to show on the other side, but it's scary. So this is plastic piece all the way around, and when you're applying so much pressure, it's getting scary. But apparently that's how it works. So you need lots of leverage. I would say probably 125, 150 foot-pounds to get this locked. Alright, so now when this is finally locked, and maybe the reason is the new seal, you need to press it basically to make it work. So we can put this line back, slide it on, we can get this line back, get this connected. We won't connect the sensors yet, but we would rather move on the other side. So we'll use the same tool, the same ratchet. We'll just focus on the other side now. Okay, so first of all we want to get all of the junk out, all the stones, everything to be clean. Next we'll remove this line and we'll grab some paper towel just in case there's some leaks. There's nothing coming out over here. Now we need to remove this one, which might be fun because we need to push from underneath. So I'll just use my pick, try to press it. This one, okay. This is loose. Just need to push it far enough. Okay, maybe at this point we will remove the ring and see how that goes. So you insert two sides here, one side and here. Okay, and probably again 200 pounds of leverage. I might need to go on the other side. This is just ridiculous. How tight it is. It's not coming. It's scary how it's getting loose. It sounds like it's breaking something. So almost the same leverage is required to put this ring back on. So don't be afraid to push hard. At this point I might need to get a vacuum and do some more cleaning since lots of dust got loose. To get this out is a bit tricky because of this flange, so we need to get this sanding unit turned 180 degrees, so this goes out and then it comes out together with the lock ring. Just like that. Okay, let's get this removed. So this connector on this side, it doesn't seem like it is removable, if you see what I mean. So we might just need to work over here to get that replaced, so we don't need to disconnect that extra line. But first of all, before we get too far, we want to make sure that we vacuum everything around that seal, as it's quite bad. So we will cover the pipes with the paper towel as we did before. Here's the side, same with that one. Now we'll grab vacuum and try to grab all the dust. Now we'll remove the seal. And we will clean the surface under the seal. Alright, so now we can go ahead and remove the sensors similar as we did with the previous case. So we'll pull the plug out. Then it spins 1, 2 times around this. My apologies, my phone just died, so I'm not sure exactly where the previous video ended, but so we have the new sensor. We will slide it in similar way as we did with the other one. Just push until it clips. To remove, same procedure. In terms of wiring, we do 2 spins around these legs. 1, 2, just plug it in here. So this moves freely. So now we will grab a new seal. Area under the seal is already cleaned. So I'll take this down, put it where it's supposed to be. Water first. Also at this point we want to put the ring back on. Tricky to get. Okay. So now just need to make sure that the unit itself is in the right spot. Seems to be good. Now we can put the ring back in. At this point, so we'll need to use again the cheater bar. Another thing that I would like to try, I saw in one of the videos where they put some tension and help with the hammer. Seems like it's moving a bit. I think this even works better than applying tons of torque. Might be beneficial if you have somebody else pushing and somebody hammering. since I'm doing it by myself, I may need to use the cheater bar. My tool snapped again. So it's getting too wide, so I need to hammer it back. Okay, another try. Snapped again. And I broke a sanding unit. Alright, another day. So as you saw, while putting this ring back, I broke this connector. This is called, I think, transfer pump, and I was not able to find it anywhere aftermarket. In a dealership it's 260 bucks and approximately 6 weeks wait time, so I just cannot wait so long. So I give it a try, use a 2-component epoxy, and seems like it is working. I have started the vehicle, I ran it for 10 minutes, no codes, so I would assume that this is sealed, so it's not losing the vacuum or whatever function it does. Okay, so now let's talk about this tool. So I paid for it $35 on Amazon, and that's what created the issue. So when you go and buy one, buy something more decent, pay extra 20 bucks, but avoid any potential issues in the future. So my first mistake was that I had it this way, I think. So when it snapped, first thing it hit was this connector. So when you do, or when I did this time, this connector was not attached, so I went this way, so even if it snaps, it still have lots of room to get to that connector. Also, I'll try to show you, but when you, at least when you put it in, make sure that those legs are tight. And I had to bend this tool probably good 5 times, because every time I pushed, and to be honest, I'm pushing probably 150 foot-pounds to get it locked, it just spread it a bit, like this distance spreads, and it snaps. So be careful, hold it tight, so if it does snap, you still have control of it. And I was also trying, like, having this on, applying pressure with the ratchet and the cheater bar, and then hammering it did not do anything good at all. I think even worse, because every time I hammered over here it kind of spreaded the tool, so it got it loose. Anyway, the moral of the story: don't be cheap when you buying tools. So I guess now we just need to put, I already put that cover back, we'll put this one back on, put the seats back on. When you start the vehicle first time, remember there is no fuel in the system, so put the ignition on for 5 seconds, get the key out, put ignition on for 5 seconds, get the key out, and repeat it like 5-7 times to get some fuel primed to the injectors. And that should be it. In general, you would expect this job to take 3 hours, but with the hiccups like this, it takes a couple of days. Thanks for watching, guys, and good luck with your projects. Do it yourself.